Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the On Fire B2B podcast where we take business owners and CEOs in the B2B space. 6 questions, 9 minutes, because the best know when to be concise and when to end. Let's get to it. Question number 1, a few sentences tell us who you are and what do you do?
My name is Mary Kelly. I have a PhD in economics, and I help companies improve profit growth, usually by leadership development and process improvement, and also in terms of conference speaking.
Love it, Mary. Question number 2, what is the best thing about working with businesses?
Working with businesses actually establishes security and peace throughout the world. And I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but as you know, I spent 25 years on active duty in the Navy. And when conversations break down, when negotiations go away, that's when we have conflict. Here's the big secret. If you're relying on other countries, other people, other organizations to help you be successful, you're going to find a way to work it out.
That is true. I agree with that there. Question number 3. I'm hearing from other top executives and owners that using quotes from clients dramatically increases conversions and sales. What are your thoughts?
Many people like the idea that they're doing the right thing, and what they want is biased, unbiased, conscious or unconscious. What they're looking for is validation of their own decisions. So when you say things like, gosh, I just did a job just like yours, and this is what they said about it, it makes people's opinions and their decisions more valid for them. Now, quotes, testimonials, whatever that looks like, that's great. I just used a quote from Socrates, and that may be a little dated.
It's just a little data. I'm pretty sure you can't call them up and get, some more information about you there. So totally get it there. Question number 4, what advice you share with other companies working in the B2B industry? Go.
Right now, as you know, we have all had to pivot. And this is the longer question. So I just want to walk you through the 6 stages of any crisis mentality. The first stage tends to be the rejection. It's not that bad. It won't really affect me. We won't have to do much to adapt to this. That's inherently wrong in today's environment. Number 2, the recognition phase. Okay, some things are going to have to change. I'm going to have to alter a few things. I have to step up my leadership both at home and at work. And then there's the realization phase. This is going to sit in for a while. We've got to make some changes. How much of those changes can I be nostalgic for 2019? Some people still are. That's short-sighted mentality. And then we get into the resolution phase because we want to be optimistic. And that is, okay, we've got this. We can get through this together. Let's support each other. Let's do this. Those are the first 4 stages. And here's the issue with those first 4 stages and why my leaders have to be in stages 5 and 6. The first 4 stages are all about you. It's all about me, how it's affecting me, my life, my job, my kids, my house. And if you're one of those people who bought a tiny house in January, you are regretting that decision as you, your in-laws, your kids, your grown children, and your kindergartner are all now trying to get bandwidth and homeschool from the comfort of your front porch. This is now difficult. So because of that myopic thinking, we as leaders have to embrace. Even if you don't like it, it doesn't matter that you don't like it. You may not like the changes that got you here, but it is forced acceleration of change. And what this looks like is acknowledging the new reality. And that is, number 1, getting people together in large groups of people is now and will be for the foreseeable future more difficult. It means everything is now on the table for change. I have a sheet, which is my 6 buckets of opportunity, because in every crisis, and I am not in any way saying this crisis is not terrible, it is. People are dying, people are sick, it is causing all kinds of ripple effects. But there's always opportunities in terms of people, processes, sales and marketing, technology, tools, training, entrepreneurship. There's always opportunity. We as leaders have to lead people through those opportunities and get them to see that. And that is the new realignment phase. So my leaders, Bob, have to be in that new reality and new realignment phase, because that new realignment phase is all about our customers, other businesses we work with, our suppliers, our vendors. It's how do we get to where we all need to go in a way that works without being myopic, without being so worried about scarcity and me, that we're not looking to other people. And my one good piece of advice on that is, if you are mired in self-pity and victimization and worried about your own sense of scarcity, it is time to focus on others, focus on other businesses, focus on your community, and focus on your end user customers.
I love that there. I love everything that you said there. Also, one thing I like to tell people is, when they talk about the whole, this crisis here, I became an adult during 9/11 and, kind of had my young adult during the financial crisis. One thing I've noticed about all three of them, every single time someone comes out looking better than they did coming in.
That's
So,
what, yeah, that's what being a grown-up is. Being a grown-up means dealing with tough situations, being resilient, bouncing back. Life is not sunshine, sparkles, unicorns, and rainbows all the time.
It's not. Totally agree there. Question number 5. What other top CEOs and business owners in the B2B industry, like yourself, would you like to acknowledge as a leader and should be a guest on my podcast?
So I know Mark Hunter, who's also a member of NSA, Sam Richter, who's a technology specialist, and he runs the Sales Intel Engine, which I use whenever I think I need business or I need to learn something about another business. That is my number one place to go. And Meredith Elliott Powell, she and I co-authored my last book on leadership succession planning made easy, called Who Comes Next. And the 4 of us just authored as a team a white paper called COVID-19 and the Future of American Business. That's totally free. It's on my website, but
Nice.
They're brilliant. And anytime we can work with smarter people than ourselves, we jump on it.
Wait, that is true. Yes, that is there. I just have very few people to work with that are smarter than me. I'm so funny there. So let's get to question number 6. Most important question of the podcast, Mary. Hey, Mary. Tell me about your first time. First sale.
My first time I was probably a little younger than legal. Let me tell you what that looks like. My dad was a sales rep. So guess what? When you've got kids, that's a workforce. We would go to sales shows, trade shows, and we would set up the booth and we would set up the products and we learned how to sell. My parents used to go off to meetings and leave me alone on the trade show floor, which probably today is not okay, but I thought it was fantastic.
Right.
And my dad told me a couple things. First off, he said, never sell onesies. If you can sell a case, sell a case. It's easier to ship. So that got into my head. Don't sell onesies. That also means having a long-term relationship with your clients. And there was one specific couple that came over and they really just wanted 6 of these Christmas floor mat things. My dad sold everything. And my dad had told me sell a case. And I told him, I said, it's easier for me to ship a case. And they were ready to sign. And my dad showed up just at that moment. And he said, how are things going? I said, well, it's going pretty well. I said, they really just want 6, but they said they'd take a case if that's the only way we can do this. And my dad said, then just make it 6. And I was like, Dad, you told me just to sell the case. And
Right.
He said, never sell people something that they don't want. He said, because we're going to be the people they remember for helping them be successful in their small store in the middle of Kansas when other people were trying to oversell them. He said, I should have told you that in the first place. And that was my first sale.
Love it. Love it there. Mary, you got 1 minute and 5 seconds left. Promo time. Go.
So my company is called productiveleaders.com, and I started using my company's website as the cloud before we called it the cloud. And the reason for that is when I would be on site with customers, I needed a way to access the things I use all the time. I have a series of 5-minute solutions for leadership, business, growth, productivity, all those things. And I threw my top things on my productiveleaders.com/site/free. So they're there. If you want to go there and say, gosh, I need a business plan, I need a vision plan, I need a P&L plan, I need a budget, I need some quick resources, that is a great place to go. I will tell you that when I got out of the military, after 25 years, I was very fortunate to have spoken to a lot of organizations, companies, restaurants, FBI, people like that. And those people brought me in then to talk to their groups of people. So I kind of fell into this business, and based on what I did growing up as a kid with my parents, that kind of worked out for me. So I feel very fortunate.
Oh, that's the timer, Mary. We got to end this though. So there we go. You pulled it off. 6 questions, 9 minutes, because the best know when to be concise and when to end. Your website, say it real quick.
Productiveleaders.com.
In the description, it's magic. Mary, thank you so much for being on. Tip of the hat to you.
Boom.
And for everyone else watching or listening, make sure you check out more episodes of the On Fire B2B podcast. My name is Bob Clark. You all have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.